Alright guys, let's talk about my poem about weed. Now, I said that I was going to talk about it and let you know how I feel about drugs and substances. I don't want to get into it so much. My poem is actually pretty self-explanatory. I do want to bring out a couple points. The first one being that I'm referring to people who abuse substances for no good reason, that don't have an excuse. I'm not talking about the medicinal uses for it. I understand and I appreciate how much it's brought to the medical world in the last generation, and I understand how it helps people, thousands or hundreds of thousands of people, and we're only beginning to learn more about it, and that's all great. My poem about weed is talking to the people who are young, healthy, don't need substances in their life, yet they take it anyway, and it ends up killing their potential. I personally don't believe in taking any substances. I believe in substance-free living, spiritual living, healthy living. Now, I do recognize that there are different types of lifestyles. Like I said in my poem, if 9 to 5 is your goal, or 9 to 5 is your day, your life, and you go out and work from 9 to 5 and then you go home and you smoke up and that's your enjoyment in life, then no problem. Go ahead and smoke. But if you live in this fantasy where you want to be a healthy person and you want to be on top of your game on every aspect in life, and you want to succeed, and you want to become a millionaire, and you want to be the next Donald Trump, or you want to be the next athlete, swimmer, whatever it is, now you're going to say, look, that whatever his face is, he was a smoker and he was a swimming champion. It's not the point. If you want to be on top of your game, you want to get ahead in life, especially if you're young, and you get into smoking and smoking on a daily basis, you're ruining your potential. There's absolutely no reason for you to smoke. But if you don't occupy yourself in that fantasy and you smoke every day, but you know that that's your life, then no problem. As long as you know what you're doing. But to live in this fantasy that, yeah, I'll come home and smoke every day. It feels so good. Yeah, you're not doing shit when you sit around and you smoke weed all day. You're being a lazy ass that's wasting valuable time in life. So it's mutually exclusive. Being a real success and smoking weed every day doesn't go together. Again, I have big respect for marijuana in the medical community and what it brings to people, and how it's a remedy for a lot of sicknesses and stuff. But I'm not pro marijuana for healthy young people who are striving to become something in life. In fact, when you smoke weed, you stop striving to become something in life very often, because weed and every drug is satisfying within itself. So if you're bored, you have nothing to do, or you don't feel good, or you're angry or whatever, all of a sudden I'm good. It's a band-aid, and it doesn't actually take care of the problem. It just covers it up until the next time you smoke. But that goes for every drug. I feel the same way about everything. Alcohol, and of course hard drugs. Like I said, I believe in substance-free living. It's so beautiful, where your heart is calm, stress-free. Even tobacco is disgusting to me. And mind you, I came from smoking and I came from taking drugs. I smoked weed every day for 5 years, and it took me years to get off of it. I understand the journey and the struggle. I smoked cigarettes for years until I got off of it. I drank a lot, and I've tried other stuff. So I know what that life's like, and I know how hard it is, and I know how badly you want to do it when you do it, and I understand all of that. But I was always able to differentiate between what is good and what I'm doing. A lot of people have to justify the fact that they smoke by saying it's good, it's conducive, it's this, it makes me... But then again, you don't have to. If I were to smoke weed right now, I wouldn't have to lie to myself and say, it's good for me. I'd say, no, now I want to have fun and do nothing in my life and act like a stoner and laugh around and make jokes or whatever. I'll smoke up, but I'll be a realist about it. Now I'm doing this. It's not necessarily great for me. For me personally, it's bad for me, but I'm doing it anyway. Same goes for drinking. If I'm gonna drink 5 beers or 8 shots of whiskey, I'm not lying to myself, oh, it's good for me. No, it's bad for my health. I'm gonna feel like shit tomorrow, yet I'm doing it anyway because I'm weak or have the lust to do it or I wanna have fun. We have to be real. We have to be real with ourselves. And it's okay to be real with ourselves. It's honesty. It's beautiful. That's real life. It's also a certain sign of maturity. When you get to a certain level, you don't have to live in this world of fantasy and justify everything you do. No, you don't have to justify. If you want to have fun, I understand the journey. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that. But occasionally, I still fall for it. But when I'm falling for it, I know what I'm doing, and I know I'm going to return to being healthy afterwards. It's just a one-time thing. So that's basically how I feel about drugs in general. If you want to be a success, if you want to get somewhere, if you want to be that guy that's plowing along, there's no room for substances. If you want to be the average guy, the guy that works and has fun every night, no problem. You go to work feeling a little dizzy and weird, and I don't even want to get into the dynamics of it because I know how passionately people defend smoking, even though people like me who have smoked for years, that are more honest people, are not afraid to say it affects you the next day and you don't even work. It's almost, if you want to be a righteous person, you can't smoke on a daily basis and then go to work and think you're giving your boss what he's paying you for, because you're not. It's just a fact. And if you don't want to, come to that reality, you don't have to. It's your choice to live in a bubble or not. But the fact is, people who smoke on a daily basis don't perform. Their memory is shot. They act and respond to things in a way that's not so realistic. And yes, there's benefits. For sure, there's benefits. I feel like people who never smoked weed are squares. They don't know how to calm down, take things more easy, not freak out about things. But people who do smoke too much are on the opposite spectrum. Things that do need serious attention and working on, they ignore, they laugh about, and everything becomes a joke. And I said I wasn't going to get into it. The more I talk about it, the more I could get into it, but I think you understand the point. I believe in spiritual living, substance-free living, especially if you want to feel good always, be happy always, and especially if you want to succeed in life and really get somewhere and not just be the average. If you want to be that 1%er, that millionaire, that success in any sport or industry, there's no room for substances, especially in your younger life. If you want to tell me that you already got there and now you're smoking, again, it's your thing. Whoever smokes, it stops them from doing certain things. Because if you're spending time smoking a couple hours a day, then you're not spending time doing other things that you could be doing. But especially in your younger life, if you're trying to get someone you smoke every day, it's mutually exclusive. So I hope you enjoyed the poem and you understand that I try to be open-minded about all these things, and more than half of the people that I hang around on a daily basis smoke weed all day. I hang out with these people. I'm on the journey myself. I'm always battling not to fall for my urges and for things that are ultimately not good for me. I really understand those things, but I also understand that it's a journey and I'm just moving along, and I get along with all the people that do smoke. I'm not closed-minded, I'm open-minded too. I know how weed changed my life, how it helped me get over things when I started smoking when I was young, up until now. I'm not closed-minded to it, but I'm talking about specifically people who, especially young people who are trying to just start their life and become successful and get into business, and weed is a killer. And if you smoke under 20 or 22, you're killing more brain cells than you're creating. So it stops you from ever reaching a certain potential that you could have reached. So anyway, I hope you take this in the right way. Peace and love, man.